Good day to all. My name is Pamela, one of the discussants of Group 3. And what I will going to discuss is the topics that assigned to me from Module Weeks 6 to 7 that covers the third examination. So without any further ado, let's start.
So, I have two pictures here that entails the topic, which is the environmental health and toxicology, and its classification of toxins. So here's the environmental health and the toxicology. And the next slide, it will have the question of what is environmental health? Or do you have any idea what is the meaning of environmental health is? But before we define that term let's proceed with these two terms. The health. So, health. According to WHO, or the World Health Organization, it refers to the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So, if you think that you are healthy because of the absence of any diseases or illnesses, you are wrong, because health is a complete package, and a person can be ill to some extent. However, through health, it can be improved to live happier, longer, and more productive and satisfying lives. Next term is disease. So, disease is an impairment of an individual's well-being and capacity to function, is mostly attributed to inadequate behavioral and environmental change. It is the abnormal change in body's condition. So, to connect these terms, environmental health focuses on disease causing external factors, including elements to the natural, social, cultural, and technological worlds in which we live. Next slide is this. Pollution. Based on my perception, the disease that suffers the environment, one of the diseases that suffers the environment years ago and even worsening today is pollution. So, I have pollutions coming from human waste or human materials. This one is the pollution coming from vehicles. And next is pollution coming from pesticides or insecticides. Next one is the pollution coming from coal plant or coal burning. So, pollution. Pollution is the undesirable change in the environment, contaminating the environment. It is true, right? There are three ways that pollutants or contaminants being introduced in the environment. These are the area sources, point sources, and mobile sources. So the area sources is emit and disperse pollutants. Point sources introduce the pollutants into the environment. Mobile sources contribute pollutants or the exhaust of vehicles. Next slide. Will tackles about what is toxicology. Do you have any idea what is toxicology is? So, in the definition, toxicology is the study of toxins or poisons, and it affects to both biotic and abiotic entities in the environment. When we say biotic, it is described as any living components that affects another organism or shapes the ecosystem. These include the both animals that consume other organisms within their ecosystem and the organism that is being consumed. Next one is abiotic. When we say abiotic, on the other hand, is the non-living components. Examples for this are the water, light, radiation, temperature, humidity, atmosphere, acidity, and soil. So, toxicologists are the scientists who study in this field. Moreover, toxins has the potential to damage or even kill living organisms because they react with cellular components to disrupt metabolic functions. So the approach of toxicology is indeed important as other studies of any field. Next slides will tackle about classification of toxin agents. We have allergens, immune system depressants, endocrine system disruptors, neurotoxins, mutagens, teratogens, carcinogens. So, first is allergens, active immune system. Certain allergens function indirectly by linking and modifying composition of foreign materials and become antigenic and induce an immune system to the response. It is commonly used in plastics, woods, products, insulation, glue, and more. So we have a sick building syndrome, which caused by improperly ventilated indoor. It has usually symptoms of having headaches, allergies, and chronic fatigue. Next is immune system depressant. Depresses immune system. It represses our immune system. It can be found in pesticides, residues, PCBs, or polychlorinated bifenist. It makes the immune system susceptible to opportunistic infection. Next is endocrine system disruptors. Interfere with function of normal chemical messenger. Hormonic mimic. Have similar shape to natural hormones and apply their effects. Hormone blockers. Prevent natural hormones from attaching to target organ. It is linked to increased risk of breast cancer, allergies, and reproductive toxicity. Next is neurotoxins. They attack the nerve cells, responsible for widespread behavioral and cognitive problems. It is a particular class of metabolic poisons that individually attack nerve cells or neurons. These can be found in lead, mercury, ether, or chloroform. Mutagens. Damage the DNA leading to birth defect and tumor growth. Damages the reproductive cells. These are the agents that damages or the genetic material in cells such as chemicals and radiation. This can contribute to genetic damage and high chance of tumor. Can be passed to generation to generation. Next is teratogens. Can cause sensory impairment, lack of coordination, and disruption to nervous system. Chemicals that cause birth defects in fetus. These are the chemical substance or other factors which cause different abnormalities during embryonic growth and development. In addition, alcoholic drinks, probably the most popular teratogen, so it is really prohibited to all pregnancy women to not drink alcohol because this can lead to fatal alcohol syndrome, a cluster of complications that persists throughout the child's life. And the last is carcinogens. Substance that promotes cancer development, may cause cancer by altering cellular metabolism or damaging DNA directly in cells. So, these are the substances that can cause cancer, invasive and out of control cell growth resulting in malignant tumors. Intervenes with biological processes. So, I think that's the end of the slides. Thank you for listening. I hope you learn from you something learned from my video. So that's it all. Bye bye.